Hello friends, my name is Manish Kumar and I would like to take this opportunity to present before you as to what exactly is compliance, what it means and its importance in banking and financial institutions in India. I would like to share my experience and understanding regarding compliance and the various challenges that we face and successfully comply with. Meaning and definition. Dictionary meaning of the word compliance implies the act of obeying an order, rule or request, and literally means to be in accordance with any orientation, rule, command or policy. The origin of banking compliance was laid down way back in April 2005 when the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision (BCBS), as part of its ongoing effort to address bank supervisory issue and enhance sound practice in banking organization, laid stress on compliance risk and compliance function in banks. BCBS defines compliance from the angle of risk that an financial institution or bank faces for non-compliance. The risk of legal or regulatory sanctions, material financial loss, or loss to the reputation a bank may suffer as a result of its failure to comply with law, regulations, rules, related self-regulatory organization standards, and code of conduct applicable to banking activities. Compliance functions. What are compliance functions in a bank and how it is effectively implemented? Principles that guide compliance function in a bank are briefly discussed. 1. Principles of independence. There is a separate compliance department headed by a chief compliance officer, usually in the rank of a general manager, who is empowered to function independently and may report directly to the board of directors if need be. Chief compliance officer, along with the top management, is responsible for establishing a written compliance policy that contains the basic principles to be followed by management and staff and explains the main process which compliance risk and functions are to be identified and managed through all levels of the organization. Compliance department and its members shall have access to all information and data of the bank. The independence of the head of the compliance and any other staff having compliance responsibility may be undermined if they are placed in a position where there is a real or potential conflict between their compliance responsibilities and their other responsibility. Bank to ensure that there is no conflict of interest. Number 2. Principles of resource. The main compliance function is to manage compliance risk effectively. For that purpose, it requires resources such as manpower, system and technology. Number 3. Principles of identification, measurement and assessment of compliance risk. The compliance function should, on a proactive basis, identify, document and assess the compliance risk associated with the bank's business activities, including the development of new products and business processes and practices. The compliance function should also consider ways to measure compliance risk, that is, by using performance indicators, and use such measurements to enhance compliance risk assessment, and technology can be used as a tool in developing performance indicators. Number 4. The principles of separate compliance function and audit function. This principle implies that the compliance function and the audit function should be separate to ensure that the activities of a compliance function are subject to independent review. It is important, therefore, that there is a clear understanding within the bank as to how risk assessment and testing activities are divided between the two functions, that of audit and compliance. The scope and breadth of the activities of the compliance function should be subject to periodic review by the internal audit function. Apart from the above, there are several regulatory bodies that exercise control over banking functions in India that demand strict compliance. Some of the main regulatory bodies are A. RBI, B. SEBI, C. IRDAI, D. PFRDA, E. IBBI and F. MCA. There are various codes of conduct that bankers have to follow which have been laid down by bodies such as Banking Codes and Standard Board of India, BCSBI, B. Indian Bank Association, IBA, Foreign Exchange Dealer Association of India, FEDAI, Fixed Income Money Market and Derivative Association of India, FIMMDA. I hope this presentation has been both useful and informative to all of you, and I will be back with the next part of the compliance series, where we will talk about the compliance risk that the financial institution face. In the meantime, please click on the subscribe button and the bell to be among the first to receive notification from my channel for the forthcoming presentations. Thanks for being patient here.